If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths and sometimes heights to ensure the power is always flowing, which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery, so you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dentist Kendra Hatcher is gunned down in her upscale Dallas garage. The driver drives off in a black Jeep, which leads police to Brenda Delgado, her ex-boyfriend's jealous former flame. Delgado's alibi? Rock solid. So who really pulled the trigger here? Enter Crystal Cortes, nervous, lying, and suddenly spilling everything. A murder-for-hire plot unfolds, and it's messier than anyone imagined. Let's get into it.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Chris. How are you doing?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Do me a favor and switch these.
Oh, no problem.
Crystal, I'll look for a blanket right now. There's not one available.
That's fine, you're fine. I'm still a little hot from jumping earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where were you at?
With my kid, we were jumping on the trampoline at home.
Okay.
Well, I was at my friend's house beforehand, but then when the detective went to go pick me up, we have a trampoline at my house, so like, come on me to jump with him.
Okay.
Definitely down for that.
Well, let me get some information. Like I said, my name is Detective Barnes. Thank you for coming down to talk to me.
No problem, no problem.
Okay. Your name came up in this investigation.
Understandable.
Okay. And I just need to talk to you specifically about where you were at and what you were doing, that kind of thing.
No problem. No problem answering any of your questions.
Okay. Let me get some information from you first. What's your last name, Crystal?
Cortes.
Okay.
First name is Crystal, Crystal.
What's your address?
Dallas, Texas.
How long have you lived over there?
All my life.
Okay, so you're born and raised Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
Okay. Landfill Road. What high school did you go to?
I went to Townview first, and then I was skipping. I don't know, I had a little bad route there. I was skipping, so my mom told me, I can't keep an eye on you. We're sending you to Maceo, so go to Maceo.
So you went to Maceo?
Yeah, I graduated from Maceo. I should have stayed my happy. I should have listened to my mom.
Yeah. What, you share a phone with your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your brother's name?
George.
George?
The reason I share a phone is because I was previously married to a guy named Gustavo, and he would constantly blow my phone up. Hey, where are you? Where you at?
Okay.
So I use that.
So you use this phone. But you've been using it for
A few months.
A few months? Okay. And George, what's George's last name? How old is he?
20, let's see, I'm 23, he's 2 years younger than me, 20, 21.
21. Okay. And he lives with you over on...
My brother.
And you were born here in Dallas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are your parents alive right now?
My mom is.
Your mom?
IRMA.
Okay. And you do have, you say you have a little boy.
Yes, I know my son's name.
How old is he?
He's 6 years old.
6, okay. You excited? Is he in school? Where does he go to school at?
Martin Wise.
Okay. He's glad to be back in school.
Oh no, he doesn't
he'd
like
rather
school.
be on,
He don't like school at all.
Now, is that the only kid that you have?
Yep, that's the only one I have.
Okay.
I'm all he has.
Okay. So where you say you were jumping on a trampoline? What did you do with him for you to come down here? I mean, is somebody watching him?
Yeah, I asked my sister to watch him because I asked detective if they can bring me with him, but I don't want him
to be down here.
Because he gets 40s and he's a kid.
Your name came up in this investigation. This is just part of the administrative part of it, and this is another administrative part. It's called a Miranda warning. Because this is a murder investigation, I had to read you a Miranda warning. That's just part of what we do. Basically, all it is making you aware of your rights. Before I speak to you, you have to say, yes, I understand my rights. And if you agree to talk to me and find out how your name came in the investigation, it's completely up to you.
Okay.
But I have to read that to you before I talk with you.
I understand completely.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a Miranda warning. You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. Any statement you make may be used against you at your trial. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any question. If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any question, and you have the right to terminate this interview at any time.
Got it.
Do you understand your rights?
I do understand my rights.
Okay. Do you want to talk about how your name came up in the investigation?
Yes, how did my name come up in the investigation?
It was my understanding that on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, that's when the murder happened, that you were with Brenda, and that you guys were hanging out.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened on Wednesday?
I have a car. My car is breaking down. I broke down. So
what was wrong with your car?
I don't know. I'm not a mechanic.
Okay. What kind of car is it?
I have a 2001 Mazda Millennia.
Okay.
So it's broken down, and we just asked a friend if we can use his vehicle. He said, yeah, I needed to go get my son from school, and Brenda needed to go study. So.
And what day is this?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. What time? What time is all this happening?
After school, Ivy gets out like around 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Went to go pick him up. Went to go Sonic. Went to go take Brenda where she needed to go. And then afterwards, my son wanted to go to the park. So I thought, okay, fine, we'll go to the park. And he lives downtown. So yes, I was in downtown at that time frame. Yes, I was in the parking lot at the time frame. However, since my son was in the back, I already knew I previously worked in that building because of TXU. So there's a guy named Donnie, I don't know if he's still there. The reason I parked in that garage, or I was gonna park because I didn't park at all, was because I knew that there was free parking. Across the street, there's, I wanna say like a restaurant, and then there's parking. Well, you have to pay $5. Since I don't have a job, I'm not employed right now, I don't have money. I previously knew, go in the gates, they won't say nothing, come out, nothing will happen. So I was going in, and right there on St. Paul, right? St. Paul? There's a park right there. I wanted to take my son right there. It was kind of already late, so I knew we weren't going to stay long. And I told him, we're not going to stay long. Right. So we go in. I did follow the car in. Once we come in, there's like this right. Is it right or left? As soon as you go in, left. Went in there. There was no parking, so I came out. I went back up to go look upstairs for parking. I didn't see anything. When I was up there, I heard a shot. Pow. I have my son in the back. So I said, no, you know what? Let me get out. I'm coming out. There's a guy running with a mask right in front of me. He stops. He looks dead at me, and I'm just like, horrid. I'm shaking, literally, at this point because I have my son in the back. So he looks dead at me. I heard the gunshot.
What did he look like?
I don't know, honestly. He had a mask on. He's kind of tall build, I'm sure.
Do you know what he was wearing?
Black shirt, I want to say, black or blue shirt, black or blue pants, and it's kind of dark. I have my son. My only concern was getting out there.
Did you see his gun?
A black one. He had a brown purse. I just know that he had a brown purse. My concern, I don't want myself or my son to come out in danger.
Right.
And I was telling Brenda, I just walked in. I went in and came back out. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm nervous for my son. He got a good look at me. He looked dead at my face, and I didn't know what to do.
What did you do after that? After you left?
After I left, I went to go pick up Brenda, and I told Brenda, I was like, somebody looked at me. I don't want to say anything. I don't know how it's gonna come about.
Where did you pick Brenda up from?
Her classes with Joe.
Huh?
She was with Joe.
Joe. But where'd you get her?
Over there in Oak Cliff.
Okay.
She was at Joe's.
She was at Joe's house? Okay. Where did you go after that?
After that, I went straight home. I went straight home.
How did you get home?
Brenda took me home.
Brenda took you home. What did you drive there?
What did I drive?
Yeah, I mean, what did you guys ride in to get to?
Oh, we in the truck. In the Jeep that we were in.
Okay.
In Joe's Jeep we were in. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just nervous for my son. I don't want nothing to come about. You guys can, like I told Brenda, I have nothing to hide.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to do, my job as a detective is to protect people.
Right.
Even when people, sorry. Do me a favor.
I'll turn it off.
Okay, yeah. My job as a police officer is to protect people.
Right.
Even when people don't have enough sense to protect themselves.
Right.
And by protect themselves, sometimes it means doing the right thing. And doing the right thing is hard sometimes.
Right. I understand.
So my job is to protect people. So when you talk about being away from your son, my objective is not to move you away from your son.
Right.
My objective is for you, because the worst thing you can do to a child is to take them away from their parents, especially if they're a single parent. Okay? And I know that you do a lot to raise your son.
I do.
Are you working right now?
I just lost my job because I don't have a car.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm really in between. I don't have anything right now.
Okay.
That's the reason. I worked at that building previously, back in 2011. You can look back. Donnie used to be the person. He used to work for TXU, and I knew that you don't have to pay for parking there.
Okay.
I don't have money to pay for parking. I honestly don't. I feel like I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I'm fearful for my life and for my son.
How long were you in that garage?
Not long. Maybe not even 20 minutes, not even, because I was looking for parking and I just wanted to take my son to the park.
So you said 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes?
Not even, because when you first, I just suck at driving. This is a truck. So when you first go in, here's a gate. You first go in, I got stuck right there in between the cars. So it took me a minute to drive out. Then I came around the back to go up to the top. Then I didn't see anything there. When I was coming down, that's when I heard the gun. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 shots, I just heard the echo. My instinct is to get my son out. That's all. And the perpetrator looked just straight at me. He honestly looked dead at me, and I'm fearful.
Okay. Are you aware that I've been talking to Luis today?
Who's Luis?
That's the guy that owns the truck.
Oh, okay.
That's how I ended up
With
working my way back to you.
Okay, I see.
Okay. So I've been talking to Luis.
Mm-hmm.
We found the truck.
Mm-hmm.
We know who the truck belongs to. We know who used the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before I knew any of that, I knew that the truck was at my crime scene because there are cameras inside this garage.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So after I talked to Luis, I ended up talking to Brenda. Okay. After I talked to Brenda, my partner went to go pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the thing. Okay, I know that maybe you're nervous, maybe you're a little anxious about this investigation. The most important thing that you can do for yourself and for your kid is to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is where we're at with this investigation. I know what happened. Okay, I'm fully aware of what happened, and I know where you were parked at when this incident happened.
Okay, I wasn't parked though.
Okay, that is on video. It is on video.
Where was I parked then? Because
next to a red car.
I didn't see a red car. The
There
only
was a
thing
red
that
car. You were parked next to a red car in the second parking spot.
No, it wasn't. I was pulling out of the vehicle. That's it. The
No.
only thing is,
That's not gonna work. This vehicle was parked on the first floor, going down near the ramp, going from P1 to P2.
because I went to P2, but I just came in and out. And honestly, I had my son in there. I did. I don't have anything to hide, honestly.
Okay.
I looked at the perpetrator. I know
what I'm telling you is that it is captured on video.
I understand.
Okay. I'm not
looking at me.
I'm not that. I'm not making this up. I'm not here to try to pull your leg. I'm not here to try to bullshit you. This is very serious.
I understand.
Okay. And you in the position that I don't want you to fall in. I want to be able to trust you, and I want to be able to believe you. And I know that what you're telling me is not true. I knew that on the first night that I started working this investigation. The first time I looked at this video, what you're telling me is not the truth. Okay?
I did go in the parking lot, like I said. I had my son in the back, like I said. Perpetrator saw me. Yes, he did.
Who else was in the vehicle with you?
Just my son, and he was asleep in the back, honestly.
No. That's not going to work either.
Nobody was in the vehicle.
What the thing that I need for you to understand is that there were people in this parking garage.
Right.
Okay. Here, I feel like I don't like all this stuff in this room.
I understand.
I want to feel like, because I don't think you.
I understand what's going on, and I'm just fearful for my life. He did put the gun to my head. Okay, I'm sorry. He did.
Okay.
I'm fearful for my life.
Who put a gun to
I don't
your
know
head?
his name. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know anything. You can check I can take a polygraph. I'm willing to, honestly.
Okay. Well, tell me about what happened. I need to know the truth. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Look,
So.
I give you my word. I'm not gonna let anybody hurt you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm scared for my life,
Okay.
honestly. I am.
Tell me.
I'm scared for my son's life. I don't want to be identified. I don't know who this guy is, honestly. I don't.
Okay, well, tell me what happened.
Okay. I'm pulling in the parking lot. And before I pull in, right there by the Mesoamerica, the guy gets in my seat and he puts the gun right here. My son's in the back. My son is in the back. My instinct is, I'm just shocked and nervous as anybody else. My instinct, he's like, don't look at me, don't say anything to me, nothing will happen to you or your kid. Honestly, I'm willing to take a polygraph, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this person. Because I'm fearful for my life and I'm fearful for my son's life.
Okay.
So he tells me to go in, go park. I already knew like that place area. I know it because I used to work there previously. TXU, you can ask Donnie, I know that area. So I go in, I park, I want somebody to see me because he has the gun right here. So then he's like, okay, get off. I'm not gonna get off. I have my kid in here. What's wrong with you? Get off so you can see if somebody's coming. I'm not gonna get off. He puts the gun to my throat. I'm not gonna get off. I'm not looking at him. He has a mask at this point, honestly.
What does his mask look like?
It's like white and black. And he's taller than me. So then he gets off and he mugs the girl. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her. I have nothing to do with this girl. I have no affiliates with her. And he comes out and he gets in the back seat and he sits down and he's like, drive. Just drive. I'm like, okay, I don't know who you are. Please don't hurt me. Please don't kill my son. So when I drive out, I'm behind this car. I'm trying to flag it because I have a worried face. I'm like I'm shaking. I'm like I'm in shock. Like, come help me. Somebody help me. But I don't want to get shot. My kid is in the back. I really don't want to get shot. This guy looked dead at me. He knows exactly what I look like. He says, I know exactly what your tattoos look like. I know if you say anything, I'm going to come and get you. I don't know what his name is. I don't know anything about him.
So where'd you go after you leave the garage?
He told me to go hit 45. I booked it, and I dropped him off, and that was it. I called it a day. I don't want nothing to do with this.
You dropped him off where?
Right there by 45 in Illinois.
45 in Illinois. What did the guy,
He just booked it into some apartments right there by my neighborhood. Honestly, I don't know.
Was he black, white?
I don't know what he had gloves on. He had white gloves on. He had a black blue t-shirt. He had a face mask on. And all I know is he had it was like a black gun. I don't know what kind of gun it was.
So where did he get in your car?
On the passenger side.
No, where at what
What part of downtown?
Yeah.
It was right there by exiting right here off of Field. Because I really do want to take my kids to that park.
You wanted to go to the park?
Yes, I did. I really did.
So you're going to, so he's standing outside the field. We have cameras down there.
Yeah, you can check.
We have cameras there. So he's standing outside. At what time do you think this was?
I honestly don't know, honestly.
So there's somebody, you're telling me there's somebody standing outside in downtown Dallas in broad daylight with a mask on.
He didn't have a mask on when he approached the vehicle. No.
He didn't have a mask on. So was he black, white, Hispanic?
He's black.
He's black. Okay, I just asked you a few minutes ago.
But I know, but I'm just I'm fearful for my life.
So he's black. Okay.
I don't want to.
What did he look like?
He has long dreads. I really don't want to die. I'm serious.
Okay. So he has dreads, right?
I told him, please, I'm begging you, please. I told this dude I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm so fearful for my life. I don't want to lose my son. I don't want to.
Well, and here's the thing. I already told you I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
You guys can go spend a night with me for the night. I'll be appreciative.
Well, I'm not gonna spend a night with you.
Well, yeah,
but
I
can
have somebody go home with me.
But here's the thing. So you're from Linfield, and so this guy has you drop him off at 45 in Illinois.
Yeah.
Right there in that same area. Had you seen him before?
No, I've never seen. Honestly, I've never seen this dude before. He has medium dreads. Kind of tall build, skinny, slim. Honestly, I'm willing to take a polygraph. I'm willing to take a polygraph.
Well, there's no need for that because you're not telling me the truth. You're not telling me the truth. Here's the thing. I have a job to do.
I understand you have a job to do.
Wait a minute, listen to what I have to say. I have a job to do. And part of my job is going to this young lady's mother and telling her that somebody killed her daughter in cold blood. There was no reason, no justification for what happened to this young lady.
I understand.
Okay? I can't go to her and tell her this lie that you're telling me. I think that part of what you're telling me is more truth than what you started, but you're still not telling me the whole truth. Because I know that guy left in your vehicle. I know that he came in your vehicle. Okay?
Yeah.
And I know where you parked at. Okay? So this guy is sitting in your vehicle. Where does he get in at?
He gets in on Field Street.
Field, where were you at on Field?
Right there by Griffin and Field.
Griffin and Field.
Yes, because I get off on 35. I came through 35 to get to that park.
Right.
I came through 35, and then it hits Woodall Rogers. I exit there. There's Griffin and Field. He got on the vehicle. He didn't have a mask. He's tall, built, skinny.
So how did he approach your vehicle?
He just came in and he had the gun on his hip, I think. Because as soon as he opened the door, he pulled the gun out and he got in the car.
No, I mean, how did he even, were your doors unlocked?
My doors are locked. The doors are unlocked.
So he walked up to your vehicle?
Yeah, and then pulled the door open.
And pulled it up. You didn't drive off?
No, I didn't think so. He had a gun. Honestly, I have my kid in the back.
Okay.
I honestly
so that's even more reason why you should drive off. I don't care, somebody can open my door, but that's when flight kicks in.
Right. And see, I'm not the person
either I'm gonna kick his ass or I'm gonna drive off and drag him. It's either one or two of those things.
Right.
Especially if my kids are in the backseat. If he's got a gun, I'm probably gonna drive off.
See, and my thing was I don't want him to hurt me or my kid.
So how did he come up and just open your car door like that?
Because I was parked at that stop sign right there.
So you're at a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
He walks up and opens your car door.
And then he puts it to my hip. I'm right here in the driver.
Mm-hmm.
He comes in right here. He opens the door and he pulls it out and he puts it to my hand. I look at him. He said, "Don't look at me. Don't say nothing. You pull in this parking garage." I was already going to pull in there anyways. Honestly, I was. Because I want to take my kid to the park. My kid is in the back seat.
So he tells you to pull in this parking garage.
Yeah.
All right. So what is he saying to you while you're in this parking garage? What does he tell you to do?
Don't look at me. Don't say nothing. Don't even mention nothing. I will kill you. I will kill your son. I know where you live.
Is your son asleep this whole time?
Yeah, my son is asleep the whole time.
The whole time?
Yes, I'm just begging my kid to please stay asleep. Please stay asleep. I'm begging Jesus, please stay asleep. Please stay asleep. Please stay asleep.
And how long were you in this parking garage?
I want to say it was between not even 20 minutes. Not even.
It was longer than 20 minutes. It was almost 30 minutes.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy was right here.
What do you think made him get out of the vehicle?
Honestly, I don't know.
Which side of the vehicle did he get out on?
Passenger had to be. Passenger, he had to be.
No. It wasn't the passenger side.
It wasn't the driver's side. I was driving.
He got out of the driver's side of the
No,
vehicle.
sir. I was driving.
You know what? There are witnesses. This is the thing. You want me to believe what you're telling me, right?
Hold
on a second.
But
Hold on a second. You want me to believe what you're telling me. You want me to believe that some guy hops in your truck and you don't know what's going on. Do you know who that young lady is that got killed?
No, I don't know.
You don't know who she is?
No.
That's Brenda's ex-boyfriend's girlfriend. Okay, and I've been talking to her today before you got down here. You need to make some decisions right now. You need to decide if you love your son the way you say you love your son, then you need to tell the truth.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not.
I didn't.
This is what's gonna happen.
And I drove out. I honestly did, but I did not let this guy touch the steering wheel at all. I'm telling you.
This is what's gonna happen. I'm about to be done talking to you.
I understand.
I'm about to be done, and I don't want that to happen because I don't think you understand what's going on here.
I do understand what's going on. I'm trying to give you everything.
You were inside a vehicle that was used in a murder. Why didn't you call 911 once you found out this happened?
Because I didn't know it was on the news until yesterday that I found out.
I mean, you knew somebody got shot?
I'm scared for my life.
So what did this guy, once he goes over, what does he get back in your vehicle with?
He gets back in on the passenger side.
What does he get in with?
Her purse.
What else?
And the gun. He had a brown purse and a gun. That's it. That's all I know.
And during this whole time, your son is asleep?
Mm-hmm.
He slept the whole time?
He's a heavy sleeper. When he's asleep, he's asleep. He is.
So what did you do after you left?
I drove down, dropped him off where he told me to drop him off in the apartments.
Where?
In the apartments, the Royal Crest apartments. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. He knows where I live.
How does he know where you live at?
He said he did.
So you drop him off at 45
Right there at the Royal Crest.
And then what do you do after that?
I go home. I go get Brenda and I go home. And
You went home. What did you do when you got home?
I didn't sleep. Honestly.
What time was it when you got home?
It was pretty late.
Like what?
12, 1.
So you didn't go straight home then?
No.
What time did you drop this guy?
I told you I went to go pick up Brenda from Oak Cliff.
What did you do with this guy? I mean,
I didn't do anything with him, honestly.
what did he do with the purse?
I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't have nothing.
I didn't say you had it. I said, what did he do with it?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know what he did. Anything. I'm just telling you.
So you expect me to believe that this is some guy robbed you to go in here and kill this? Why not just rob you?
Because I didn't have no money. He did try to rob me. I don't have no money. I don't have anything.
That's not how robberies work.
Well,
That's not how robberies work. He's not gonna hop in your truck and tell you to drive somewhere. Because before you even went in, you sat on the outside waiting for somebody to go and let you in so you can come in behind them.
Yeah.
You sat there and you were not in any panic. You were not in any panic. Not one time did you honk your horn. Not one time did you flash your lights. Not one time did you make any motions for anybody to try to help you. You pull into an enclosed space, into a parking garage, and you expect for me to believe. I'm telling you right now, I don't believe this bullshit. You're telling me that you pull in this garage into a cage and to sit here with the guy pointing a gun at you and your baby, and you think I'm gonna believe that? Nobody will believe that. Me or anybody else that hears this.
I understand.
Nobody is gonna believe that.
I understand. I understand completely. But like I said, I don't have anything. You can polygraph me. You can test me.
You keep talking about a polygraph, and you said that earlier. And if I would have polygraphed you then, you would have failed because you were lying, and you're lying now.
Okay, I understand.
When you came in, you came in here lying to me.
I didn't lie at all.
You came in here lying to
I
me.
have nothing to hide. I really don't.
You came in.
I want to help you guys with everything. Honestly, I do.
You say that?
No, I do.
You say that?
I do.
But do you understand that you were driving a vehicle that was used in a murder?
I do understand.
Do you understand that?
Jail for that.
Do you understand that there is more to this story? I understand that. I know that there's more to the story. And what I'm trying to tell you, what was the first thing that I told you? When I said my job is to protect people. Protect people that sometimes aren't smart enough to protect themselves. Right. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23, you're very young. You're very young. This is people that go to jail for murder go to jail for a long time.
I know.
And so what I'm telling you is this story that you're telling me is not going to work. There are witnesses in this inside this building.
Right.
Okay? There's cameras. People were walking dogs that were out. There were cars passing people inside the garage. There were cars going in and out. I mean, it was busy. It was broad daylight.
Right. I know what time it was. I know, but I honestly.
Where did you park at?
The first time I parked in right there in the corner when you first come in, where he told me to park.
Inside the cage or outside the cage?
Outside the cage.
Outside the cage.
And then he told me to go in. When I went in, he told me where to park, which was coming down here. He told me to park right there.
Park where?
As soon as you come around, you come down, you come right here, and it's right there. And then there was a SUV right in front of us.
Okay.
And
so were you parked? How were you parked? Did you back in or was your front parked in first?
It was front parked in first.
Front parked in first.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a moment in time
where I backed out.
Where he is out of this vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't one time put this vehicle in reverse.
I backed out. I did. There was a Maserati behind me. I backed out so I can leave, and he got me right then and there. There was a white Maserati behind me.
No, there was not.
Yes.
No, there was not. There was not. You know how many times I've watched this video?
What white car was behind me?
There was no Maserati in that garage. You had plenty of time. If this guy is robbing you, you had plenty of time to get out of there with your son in the back.
And I did.
There is no way in hell that this guy is going to get back in your car. Because what is the first thing you're going to do if somebody gets out of your car that's a threat to you? What is the first thing you're going to do once they get out?
The only thing I can think about.
You're going to lock the doors. Those doors were not locked.
No, I can't.
Those doors were not locked.
No, they weren't. No.
They were not locked, and you had plenty of time to back out. What you did, you waited for him to get back in his car. You waited for
I
him.
did. Okay, yes, I did.
You waited for him.
I didn't want. He said he knows where I live. He said he knows me.
This is not gonna work.
I understand.
Young lady, you don't understand. Whoever you're protecting is not more important than your son. That is not a decision I can make for you.
Right.
That's something that you're gonna have to make for yourself.
Can I take you to the people in the Royal Crystal Apartments where I took him?
I need to know who he is.
I don't know his name, honestly.
I need to know what you were doing there, because you still haven't told me what you were doing there. This lady was not picked out randomly.
Right, I understand.
She was not picked out randomly. So can you take me to Royal Class to feed me some more bullshit? No, ma'am. I'm not interested in your bullshit. In fact, I'm getting fed up with it. But what I'm telling you is that this lady wasn't randomly killed.
You thinking Brenda set it up or what?
All I'm telling you is that she was not randomly killed. And I didn't say that. I didn't say what I think.
I know, I understand.
But I will tell you that this is not a random deal. And you're about to you have to either decide who is going to speak on your behalf. Because I can tell you what I've been told already, it's not good for you.
Right.
It's not good for you.
Right.
There's a reason why everything happens.
I understand.
There is. There's a reason why things happen. My job is not just to pick people up and put people in jail.
Right.
My job is to find the truth.
Right. I understand.
And I'm going to find the truth. And I'm going to, that's what my job.
Me or anybody else, I understand.
Well, what I want to know from you is why. I want to know why this happened. And it is very important for you. I want you to understand that this day is a very important day for you. This meeting that me and you are having right now is very important. At 23, I don't know if I would have understood how important this conversation that me and you are having. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I may sound upset with you. It may come out like that, but I'm not upset. I'm more pleading with you than anything else. This is a very important day for you.
Yeah, it is. It very much is.
Very important.
Yeah.
Because what happened to this lady shouldn't have happened to this lady. But this moment right now, it's not about her. It's not about Brenda. This is about you.
Okay.
What is your son's name?
Ivan Cortes.
Okay. Do you love Ivan?
Yes, I do.
Then you need to tell me the truth.
They were just gonna jack her. That's it. He was just gonna jack her. That's it. I don't know this dude. I really don't know him, honestly. He was just gonna go in and take her purse. That was all he was gonna do.
Who was it?
Some guy we picked up.
Who?
Me and my son. I was in the back with my son.
Okay. So where did you pick him up at?
On the street. I don't know his name. I don't know anything.
Okay, so where did you pick this guy up?
In Oak Cliff.
Where?
Over there by Bonneville in Illinois.
Bonneville in Illinois. You picked this guy up.
Yep. And Brenda just told me he was just supposed to take her purse. And things escalated from there.
Okay, what happened?
I don't know. I like I said, I drove in.
Uh-huh.
I parked. And I had my son in the back. I know I did. He was just supposed to take her purse and leave. I didn't know he had a gun, honestly, until at the end.
So how did you know to go to pick him up in Oak Cliff?
How did I know to go and pick him up?
Yeah, how did you know where to pick him up at?
I didn't know. We just found the guy on the street.
Just some random guy?
Yeah, we paid him.
Who?
Some random guy. We paid him.
Who was we?
Me and my son, because it was just me and my son in the car.
Okay, so you paid him.
Yeah, because Brenda just wanted me to have him take her purse. That's it.
Okay. So how did you guys know where to go?
How do we know where to go?
How did you know where to go to find this lady?
How do we know where to find her?
Yeah.
Because we got her tracking device and we were just gonna take her purse and leave, and that was it.
You got her tracking device, or you put a tracking device on her car?
No, what you do is like a SIM card thing, and we found her like that, and we were just gonna take her.
Tell me about that. What is this?
It's Life 360.
Uh-huh.
And you have to download it on the phone.
You can download it on your phone.
And you put in a number and it tells you where they're at.
And it's like an app for your phone.
And
it tracks the cell phone number based on this app. Now, whose phone was this app on?
Some iPhone. I don't know.
What color's the iPhone?
Black.
Black iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the phone come from?
I don't know.
Is it yours or
no,
was it
it's
Brenda's?
Brenda. Brenda already had it.
Brenda had the iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and she had this girl's number.
No, she didn't have.
What
Well,
did
she did. She did have her number.
What was her beef with this girl?
I think that they were going back and forth between the same guy. I think that's what happened. And she just wanted to take her purse, and that was it. I honestly didn't know the dude had a gun. I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
I know I'm an accomplice. I know
Well,
I've done
I'm not concerned with that part of it. I'm just glad that you're telling me some of the truth now. But I still.
It's the whole truth. I'm telling you the whole truth.
So when did this plan go down for all this to happen?
Just Tuesday night. She just said, go pick up a guy around Sky and just have him steal her purse, and that's it.
Okay, where are you guys at on Tuesday night when she says this?
On Tuesday night, we are close to Waxahachie.
Okay. And I mean, where were y'all at? What were y'all doing?
Close to the lake. We were just talking.
Just kicking at the lake. You and who else?
Me and Brenda only.
You and Brenda?
Me and Brenda only.
Okay, and who drove there?
Brenda did.
Brenda drove. What car did she drive?
It was a BMW.
A BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Whose BMW?
I don't know whose BMW it was.
Was it the same one that you were in on Wednesday?
No, that was a different BMW.
It was a different BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Wednesday you and Brenda are kicking it at like what time were y'all at the lake?
No, not Wednesday. We weren't at
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. What time did you guys? Did she come pick you up from your house?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so she picks you up from your house at
Linfield Road.
Linfield Road. Okay, and what happens there?
She was like, I just want, just get information on her. I said, what kind of information you want to get on her? She just wants to see what she looks like and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
What did she tell you about her? Like,
all she knew was that she drove a white Camry and that she had the license plates in her, and that's it.
how did she get did she tell you how she got that?
She didn't give me any information. I don't know anything about that. Honestly, I don't.
She said the girl drives a white Camry and she had the license plates.
Yeah.
Now, what did you do? Where did she have it written down or something or what?
She just gave me the first 3 letters.
Okay.
CJ5.
CJ5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what did she tell you about this girl?
Nothing. She just wanted me to go take her purse, and that was it.
She wanted you to take her purse.
She wanted me to do it.
How much was she gonna pay you for doing that?
$500 just to take her purse.
$500 just to take her purse.
Mm-hmm.
Did she give you cash that night?
No, she didn't give me anything. She's not giving me anything.
She hasn't given you anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you meet up at a lake, and it's just you and her, and she picks you up. You gotta drive out to the lake. Where are y'all at the lake?
Where are we at the lake?
Yeah.
Right there in Waxahachie.
I know, but if I'm at the lake, what spot were y'all sitting in?
Right there when you pull in towards where the restrooms are at.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. And what color is this BMW?
It's black.
Black. About what time do you think this is?
12. Kind of late.
12.
Late.
Real late. Okay, so you and her, did she call you when she was on the way to the house and tell you what did she? I mean, how did you know that she wanted to go out there?
I didn't know we were actually going out there, honestly.
Mm.
She just said, hey, I'm on my way to go pick you up.
So she called you?
Yeah.
On that cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how do you know, did she honk the horn? How did you know she
she honked.
She honked the horn, so you go get in the car and it's just you and her.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't know where you were going?
No.
You were just going to kick it?
Right.
And so you guys go out to the lake?
Right.
So you're sitting in the lake by the restrooms?
Right.
And how does this conversation start? Has she told you about this girl before? Or
No.
about her boyfriend?
No. This didn't come about until recently. She was like, X. That's how she refers to him.
X. She calls him X?
Yeah. X has a girlfriend. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I just want to know more about girlfriend. That's it. She's like, I'll pay $500 to take her purse, and that's it. I said, okay. And then I was like, well, I don't want to do that because I have a kid. She's like, well, we'll pay a guy to come in and take her purse, and they'll go from there. That was it. It was just supposed to be a purse jacking. That's it.
Okay. So
I honestly don't know who the guy is.
So let me ask you this. Okay. So what happens then?
What happens then the next day, we're in the BMW, we leave it at Joe's, we trade cars, and then I go
Did Joe know what was going on?
Joe doesn't know what's going on.
She just borrowed.
So Joe's out of the picture. And me and her are gonna go for lunch.
Where y'all go eat at?
Mexican restaurant.
Where?
I don't know. It's Seafood Shack.
Seafood Shack?
Seafood Shack.
Seafood Shack, where's that at?
In North Dallas.
In North Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys eat, what did you guys order?
Ceviche.
Okay. And so what are you guys talking about it while y'all are eating?
No, we don't talk about it. We didn't talk about it because she doesn't want Joe to know.
Okay, so Joe went to eat with you guys?
Yeah, Joe wants to go eat with us.
Okay, so where do y'all drive there?
The Lexus, we drive a Lexus there.
The white Lexus?
Yeah.
Okay, so all three of y'all in the white Lexus.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go eat lunch, and then what happens?
She's like, we're gonna go back. He's gonna trade vehicles, so we trade vehicles. I pick up the Jeep, and then I go find a random guy off the street.
So where is she at when you pick up the Jeep?
She's at school.
She's at school. And so where did you go find this random guy?
In Oak Cliff. I just asked
Where?
a Dauphine, any Dauphine.
What did you say?
I was like, hey, you wanna make some quick money? He said, yeah. She had already given me 100 right there to give to the next person.
I thought you said 500.
She was gonna give me 500 to still.
So she gave you $100 to go ride around Oak Cliff to find some guy that you don't know, and with $100.
Yeah.
To go do a robbery.
Yeah, it was just gonna be a robbery. I honestly didn't know he had a gun.
Where do you find this guy at?
I'm right there off of Bonneview in Illinois, I told you.
Where at?
Just right there at the B&B pawn shop. There's a pawn shop right there. He's walking. I pull up. Hey, you wanna make some?
You pull up in the parking lot?
No, just driving by. You wanna make some quick money? He said, yeah.
What did he look like?
Short dreads, I'm telling you. Skinny, short dreads.
How old did he look like he was?
30s, 40s, around there.
An older guy?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have any tattoos?
Not to my recollection, no. I didn't pay attention.
Okay. So he gets in. You say what to him again?
Want to make some quick money? He said, yeah, he's gonna make quick money. And he was like, what are we doing? And I told him, I was like, I just want you to steal this.
So you let some guy that you don't know is willing to go do a robbery, and then you got your baby in the backseat.
Yeah, I know. I feel like a bad person, and that's why I didn't want to do anything. I told her I was like, I'm nervous because I didn't know he was gonna shoot her. I didn't know.
So what happens?
I pull in, I drive in. I was in that's why I said I was in the driver's seat the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time he didn't get out the driver's seat. He was in the passenger seat the whole time, and he was just supposed to take his purse and come on.
So how did you guys know what time to be there?
We didn't know. We just showed up.
What if she didn't show up?
Well, she didn't show up. We just didn't make no money that day, and that was it.
Well, you said you already gave him $100.
Yeah. I would let him keep it, honestly. It wasn't worth it.
So you guys pull up in this parking garage, and you're in this Jeep with some guy that you don't know.
With my son in the back.
Your son in the back.
Yeah.
Is your son asleep?
Yeah, he is asleep. My son is asleep the whole time. He's asleep the whole time. I know I'm going to jail because
Well, let's just focus on these details first, and we'll talk about that later. So you're sitting inside this Jeep, inside this parking garage. Why did you park where you parked at?
I wanted somebody to see me. I didn't want nobody to not see me.
What do you mean?
I didn't want to be in that predicament. I wanted somebody to see me. I purposely parked there.
Okay, so.
Because I didn't know he had a gun. I really didn't know.
Show me right here. Draw me a nice picture of what this looks like on the inside of this place and where you parked at.
Okay, here's the main gate, right?
Mm.
And then when you come in here, there's some parking right here. So he made me park there first because he said there was no camera. Here's a camera and here's a camera. Here's the little door right here. So you come in here and then there's another gate here, right? So right here there's the entrance and the exit. Right here, when you come in the main gate, there's the parking lot right here. There's a wall right here. The reason I parked right here, there's like a little pillar here. It's because I know the cameras can see me right here. I know they can.
Well, that camera is not the one that saw you.
Well, I thought that camera was the one that was gonna see me.
No, those cameras are focused on the gates.
And then here there was a car, and I saw it was a white car behind me, and that's the reason I stopped. She parked on this side of the wall, around here somewhere. So it was like that. We got out on this side, got in on this side, and I was driving the whole time. My son's right there.
That's not what happened.
No, seriously, that is what happened. He didn't trust the driver.
This right here. There was another car right here.
Yeah, there's a pillar right here. There's one car here, and then there's one car here.
Okay.
There's two cars. I parked in between two cars, and I know for sure the camera was gonna see me. I know for sure.
Well, so he gets out of the car.
And he was gonna. That's all he was supposed to do. Just take her purse. That's it. That's all he was supposed to do.
Where did he get the mask from?
The mask, he had it.
So he had this mask on
he already
him.
had it. No, he already had it in his pocket.
When you picked him up, he already has this
No,
mask.
yeah, he did. That was crazy. No, I know you don't believe it.
No, I don't.
That was actually the crazy part. He already had the mask. I didn't have anything for him.
What did the mask have on it? What kind of mask was it?
It was a white and black one. I know that.
Like a white and black. What does it look like? White and black. I mean, was there something? Describe it to me. Like, draw me a picture of it right here. Draw me a picture inside, right here, what the mask was.
Eye right here and an eye right here, and it has a mouth right there, and it's like a skull kind of.
And how does the mask fit on? How does it fit?
How does it fit him?
Yeah, I mean, like.
I think he pulled it over.
So it's like a hood.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, when did he put it on his head?
When we got in the gate.
So he's sitting there inside the car with a hood on for
the whole time.
The whole time you're sitting in there.
Yes. Yes, and he didn't drive. He wasn't in the driver's seat. Not one time at all.
No, I didn't say he was in the driver's seat.
Earlier, he said he got out of the driver's seat. The witness.
No. He got out on this side of the car. Not on this side. He got on this side of the car. Now I know that for a fact because there's a camera. Right here, there's a camera on this side in another parking lot. There's a white Maserati, but it's parked over here. Right above the Maserati is a camera that catches this fence, and it also catches this side of the parking lot.
Right.
It catches all of this. So that's how I know where you were parked at.
Right.
That.
But I didn't know. I really didn't know exactly what side he had came out because I wasn't looking. I really wasn't looking.
Somebody had to look. I mean, how does he know what car it is?
I told him that. The only thing I told him, it was this, and it's a white Toyota.
So how is it?
I don't know how he saw the vehicle.
Let me ask you
I
this.
didn't even see the vehicle.
Let me ask you this. So how do you guys use this? Where's this black iPhone at during all of this?
I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. Brenda had it last.
I mean, when this is going on.
Oh, I don't know. Brenda's not there.
I mean, but who had the black iPhone?
Brenda had it. I don't know.
Brenda had the iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you guys know? Who is she talking to? Is she talking to you?
No, she wasn't talking to nobody.
So how did you know where to go?
She just said be there by this time, and that was it.
What time did she tell you to be there?
By 7.
She told you to be there by 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To be there by 7, that was it. And we went, and that was it.
So she tells you to be there by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Do you talk to her and tell her you're there?
No, I don't tell her anything.
You just go there?
Yeah, I just go there.
Okay. So when you show up there at 7.
It wasn't 7 that I showed up though. I was late.
Yeah, I know what time it was. So you show up there a little after 7. You pull in, you park. You sit there for a while, and this car drives in. The movement was immediate. Who saw the car?
He did. He had to see it because I didn't see the car.
Okay.
I just heard when he got off the vehicle and slammed it because I wasn't even looking in his direction. I was looking this way.
So he slams the door to the vehicle.
And I'm looking at the SUV right in front of me.
Okay, so you're looking at the SUV. What do you hear?
No, 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 no. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pull out because he already took her purse.
Who's saying no?
I think it's the girl, Kendra. And I heard, no, 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 no. Pow. That was it. I didn't see how, where, what. I didn't know. And I was like, what did you do? And he's like, shut up or I'll kill you. And he knows where I stay.
How does he know where you live at?
He says he's seen my face before and he knows exactly where I stay.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let's just take a deep breath. Let's just take a deep breath and just kind of and think about this thing logically. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
Just think about this thing. What I'm asking you is for you to be completely honest.
I honestly know this guy.
Okay, just listen to me for a second. Okay, so this guy that just killed this lady knows where you live at. That's what he told you.
Yeah.
I don't believe he just randomly walked up to some dude and said, hey, I want to make some money. I don't believe that. Because you know what the first thing, growing up in Oak Cliff, I didn't grow up in Oak Cliff, but I worked at Oak Cliff. Nobody rides around with $100 asking anybody do they want to make any kind of money, because the first person who's going to get robbed is you. Especially doing some shit like this. Like most people would be offended for you to come up and ask them, hey, do you want to do a robbery?
Right. Well, I didn't tell him right off the back it was a robbery.
Well, I'm just saying that people are not going to go for that.
Right.
So I understand all of those things. And what I also understand is that your family is in danger. And the only way that I can help you is if you tell me the 100% truth.
Right.
Because also what you need to think about is that, your son, he needs protection.
Yeah, he does. I'm scared for his life, honestly.
That's why I need all the truth from you.
And I'm telling you exactly where I parked, how I parked.
I believe that, but I also believe you know who this guy is.
I've seen him in the hood before. Everybody knows he's a clerk. And I just paid him.
What does he go by?
I don't know his name. I just know he rides this big bike. Wheels.
So where does a clucker get a gun at?
Hey, you'd be surprised.
No, I won't be surprised. I worked that area of Oak Cliff for about 6-7 years. And I know crackheads don't carry guns around there.
I don't know what kind of gun was used, honestly.
Well, I just know that crackheads don't carry guns, especially crackheads that ride bikes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't carry guns.
I don't know where he got the gun from. Because this is exactly how it happened. Can I write on this now?
Yeah, go ahead and draw all over it. And don't draw on the side. You can draw it, use the bottom part.
Okay, so 3 o'clock hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Ivan. Ivan gets there.
Gets there from where?
Gets home from school.
And ride his bus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So then, around here, I have Ivan, of course. I go to Sonic. And then take him to go buy whatever he wants. While he's there, he falls asleep. About 4 o'clock, I go to a cliff. That's the time it was. And I start riding around the hood. I have $100 in my pocket. Because Brenda said she was going to give me $500. Brenda said it was only supposed to be a purse junkie. This dude, I've seen him in the hood before plenty of times, has dreads.
What area do you see him at?
Right there by Overton and Ponyville.
Near the Butterbeans?
I don't know.
By the apartments?
Yeah, by the apartments.
And the little corner store right there?
Yeah.
Where is he at? Where does he hang out over there?
Right there in the corner store.
Okay.
He got dreads. And I don't know what kind, I didn't know he had I honestly didn't know he had a gun. I really didn't know.
So how does this conversation go? I believe that you didn't know he had a gun, okay? How does this, at some point,
So then, of course, like I'm from the area, so then I'm asking people, hey, anybody want to make some quick money? Make some quick money, make some quick money.
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the dreads was I'll make money.
And he was standing at the store?
Yeah, he was standing at the store.
Okay.
And then there was a B&B pawn shop right there. So it's the Fina, the B&B right there.
So where was he? He was staying at the Fina or was he at the B&B?
Oh, he was right there between them. Because they were posted up right there.
Okay, so you're in there in the parking lot?
No, I just pulled up on the side.
On the side of the road?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
where was he at?
right there between the Fina and the B&B pawn shop.
Okay.
So he has dreads. Again, he's slim build. I really didn't. I just told him, you know, you're supposed to go in and just take this lady's purse and that's it. I really didn't know he had a gun. And he looks like a crackhead to me. I don't know.
What did he have on?
He had a black, blue t-shirt. It's dark black or light blue or whatever, kind of faded. So I don't know what really color it is.
And where did he get the mask from? Because I don't think he had, you know, that it doesn't even make sense.
I didn't give him anything.
Where did he go?
Right around the corner. He just went from like, right here's a little ice machine. Here's a Fina. And I'm here, he's right here. And I'm right here. Here's the street. And I'm right here.
Okay. I mean, but where did he go?
Right here around the corner.
After you talked to him and he said, yeah, he's going to do it. This is 3 o'clock. So what happens after, 3, 4 o'clock? What happens during all this time? Was it 3 hours that passed by?
He told me to come back for him around 6, 7.
To come back around 6 or 7. What did you do during that time?
I went to go run errands. I put gas in, and I did.
Where'd you get money for gas?
I have a little bit of $20.
So you use your $20, even though you haven't got paid any dollars for any of this.
Right.
You give $100 to this guy,
and use my last 20.
and you put 20 in gas. So what are you doing? You already went to Sonic too. So you got a little more money than what you're saying you have. So
for a corn dog for my son.
Well, I'm just saying you.
It was not even. I only had a solid 20 on me that day.
Okay, so.
It was only a solid 20.
Okay,
so this corn dog is 163. So the rest of the money I put in the gas.
Okay, so you put $18 and some change in your gas tank. What do you do next?
I go look for him, and then I start asking the people in the hood, y'all know where he at? And
asking, what did you call him?
I don't know what his name was. I didn't call him anything. I just said little homie. Where little homie at?
And they know who that is based on it? They didn't say that?
Well, they recognize me from, like, me asking him. They're like, oh, he'll be back in a minute. So, he went
so where'd you pick him up at?
right there by the car wash.
Across the street from the store?
Mm-hmm. Picked him up at the car wash.
Now, was he walking over there? Was he washing cars?
No, he was walking over there. Walking to the car wash. And that's it. And then we went to the parking garage. We were there. She said.
What did he have on earlier that day?
He had the same thing on.
Same clothes on.
Same clothes on.
Does he look like he washes cars? Is he that kind of bummy?
I don't know what he looks like he do.
I mean, does he look clean? Does he look dirty?
He looks kind of dirty, honestly. His dreads, slim build.
Light skin, dark skin?
Dark skin.
Dark skin.
A little bit darker than you.
Okay, what about his dreads? Are they? I mean, how long are they?
Like that long.
You have any tattoos, anything like that?
I really didn't see. Honestly, I really didn't see about any tattoos, honestly. And I really didn't know he had a gun. He was just supposed to go in, get her purse, and we were supposed to leave.
Okay. So he goes in.
I heard no.
What was she doing when he got out?
I don't know. I didn't look that way. I didn't look. I didn't want to look. I have my son in the back. Honestly, I didn't want to look at anything.
Okay, so he runs over there, and what happens then?
He comes back in the car. He has her purse and he has a gun. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he takes everything. He took everything.
He took what?
He took the purse. He took everything.
What else?
When I dropped him off.
What else did he take?
The gun.
The purse, the gun. What else? You said everything. Like it's a bunch of stuff.
Well, whatever he had in his hands, he had whatever he had in his hands.
What was it? What was in his hands?
Her purse, the gun, and I don't know, some little device. I don't know what it was. It looked like her phone, maybe. I don't know.
Where did you drop him off at?
Right down the same area.
Where at though?
On the other side.
The other side of what?
Right there by Keystone, Illinois.
He dropped him off at Keystone, Illinois. Where at over there?
Just right at the corner. At the light. There's a light right there.
And you dropped him off at the corner. When did you give him the money?
Before I picked him up.
You
He could have left with the money and everything. He could have, because I was stupid. I just gave him the money from the get-go.
Okay, so then after you drop him off, what time is it?
About 8, 9. Not even. It's about to be 8. About 8:15. It doesn't take that long to get from here to over there.
So it's about 8:15. When was the next time you talked to
Brenda.
Brenda?
The next day. Same day.
No, because she called you from Luis's phone.
Yeah, the same night. Yeah. She called me from Luis's phone.
What did she tell you?
Did we take her purse? And I told her yeah.
And what she say? Did she want anything out of it? Because she was looking for information, right?
Yeah, she wanted her ID.
Okay, she wanted her ID. Did she get the ID?
No, she doesn't have anything. The guy took the purse.
So if she wanted her ID and she paid all this money,
Why didn't I get the ID?
why didn't y'all get the ID?
Because I wasn't thinking. I didn't think to get the ID at all. What got me was that he shot her. So I didn't. Right there, I just called it quits. I don't want nothing. He said, "Well, you say something. I know where you live." So I'm in a crossroads myself.
Well, yeah, you definitely are. Because
I can point you out to this guy. I know what he looks like. I don't know what to do really.
when did he put gloves on and all this stuff? He didn't get in the car with all this shit on. When did he do all
He
this?
put the gloves when he was in the car.
He put the gloves on when he's in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ask him why is he putting the gloves on?
No, I thought maybe because I thought he was maybe he didn't want to get caught stealing her purse. Really, I didn't think. Honestly, I didn't think.
So you drop him off, he leaves. Then you see Brenda at the house. What happens? You pulled up at the house when you got to. What did you do after you left?
What did I do after I left?
After you dropped him off.
I go home and I told you I go to my house. And
What did you do at your house?
I'm just there pacing back and forth. Really, I'm just pacing back and forth. I couldn't believe what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
I really couldn't believe what happened. And then Brenda goes and picks me up.
Brenda came to pick you up from the house.
And I left
From whose house?
my house.
Okay, where's the Jeep at?
The Jeep, I went to go take it to Joe already.
So explain to me what happened in the slows, because I
know.
You drop.
I have Ivan in the back, and I take the Jeep to Joe, and Joe was supposed to take me home, but he didn't, and then Brenda wasn't there yet. So then I had another friend come pick me up, take me home, and then Brenda picked me up from my house.
Okay, who picked you up from Joe's?
My friend AJ.
AJ?
Mm-hmm.
What is he,
Ford Contour.
Ford Contour?
And all he did was just take me from Joe's house to my house. He has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
So,
You have your cell phone with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make that work. The only thing, like I said, he just picked me up, took me, and Brenda picked me up, and then I told her, I think he shot her. She was like, what? What? That wasn't supposed to happen. I said, I know I didn't either. I really didn't know he had a gun. I honestly didn't know he had a gun. And I'm just like, I'm in trouble because I was driving. I told her, that's the first thing I told her, I'm in trouble because I was driving. Even though I didn't see anything, we were just supposed to steal her purse.
When you asked the guy why did he shoot her, what did he say?
She was being stubborn and didn't want to give him the purse. I said, now I'm going to jail, I have a son. And he said, well, you better not say anything because I'm going to kill you and your son.
So after you meet with her, what is she saying? Where do you guys go when she picks you up from your house?
We're just driving around. We don't go to a specific location or anything. We're just driving around. Just trying to figure out what to do.
How did you get back home? What did you do after you left the garage with this guy?
Just flip around and catch 45.
So what route did you take?
Alright, just come up. Here's the building. Here's the exit. You go this way around, all the way around the building. Catch your all the way down the mark. 45.
You went all the way down Lamar?
Mm-hmm.
To hit 45?
Mm-hmm. That's the only one that I know. Just come straight down Lamar and take straight down to 45.
So, when you tell her the job is done, like you didn't ask her for the money?
Yeah, I did. She said she was gonna bring it back to me, which was supposed to be today.
Okay. And did she call you today?
Yeah, she did. She said police want to talk to me.
What time did she call you?
A little bit before 3. And I told her, okay, well, have them call me. I don't have anything to hide.
She didn't call you this morning?
I think she did.
What number she called you from?
9020 number.
Is it the new one, or has she called you from that one before?
No, I don't know this number.
How long did y'all talk?
Not that long, briefly.
What did she tell you?
Police are probably gonna want to talk to me. I said, okay, fine. I really don't have anything to hide.
Did she tell you, like, I mean, did y'all talk about, like, what, in case the police do look for you guys? I mean, what you gonna say?
No, I was just like.
I mean, this didn't happen, like, on the night after this happened, when y'all are riding around. Y'all are talking about something.
When we were riding around, she was like, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? And I was just telling her, well, the truth. I don't have nothing to hide. I really don't.
This is Wednesday night.
Yeah, this is Wednesday night. I said, the truth. If they're gonna come and ask me, I'm gonna tell them the truth because I don't have nothing to hide. And she's like, well, you can't, say, we contracted these people. And I was like, well, it's gonna come out eventually. Everything's gonna come out.
So what happened? What happened whenever? Well, how does that end? Where does she do with you after you guys are having this?
She takes me back home. I go sleep, wake up, take my son to school the next day.
You didn't go to her house that night?
No, we didn't go to her house that night.
Okay. So what happened whenever the photo hit the news? Pictures hit the news?
I didn't see the news right away. I didn't see it right away, honestly.
So how did you find out that it was on the news?
Yesterday. I thought that it was on the news.
I mean, how did you find out?
Brenda told me.
She called you and told you?
She told me.
What did she say?
You're on the news. And I said, okay, well, I really don't have anything to hide. I'll just tell them everything.
So she called you and told you, what time was this?
Last night, a little bit after 9.
Okay.
A little bit
And how long did you talk to her?
Not that long. Not that long at all. She's like, well, she was like, it's gonna come out, so just tell them. Go talk to them. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's the only thing I can do.
So what happened after that? This morning?
This morning, Brenda talked to me. She said she was here and that you guys were going to want to talk to me too. And I said, okay, that's fine. And she's like, well, what are you going to tell me?
Did you tell anybody about this?
Nobody knows. Nothing.
Okay.
Nobody knows anything.
Hold on real quick. Do you need to use the bathroom or anything?
No, I really don't share anything.
Okay. Just hang on real quick.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, okay? I'm tired of the lies. You're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting your kids. Okay? Your son's not confirming what you're saying. So if he was asleep, he was asleep. But this is bullshit. This is lies. You tried to hide this. You got paid. And I want to know the truth right now.
Yes, I was with her, but that's not what I got paid. That was the $100 that she gave me. I told you.
This is taken after the offense happened. Every time you take a picture, it puts the date and the time on it.
I know.
It's in the Lexus.
Yes. That picture was in the Lexus afterwards. Yes.
And you weren't supposed to have seen her afterwards. So quit lying. Tell me what happened.
Okay. She got the phone. She gave me the money, so I wouldn't say anything. I don't know.
How much did she give you?
100 right there. I need 400 more. That's 100. You can count it really good.
And what phone?
That phone. Her iPhone that she had. I don't want to hide anything. I have nothing else.
You've been hiding something all night long.
Because I'm sorry. I'm scared for
You
my
don't need to be
phone.
scared. You need to be scared that you're going to take the thing for the whole damn deal. Did you pull the trigger?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I didn't even know there was a gun until the end.
Okay, then quit lying. Tell me the whole truth now.
The truth is, Brenda had an iPhone. She was tracking X a week since, I don't know how long, honestly. I found that a week ago. She wants me to get information from girl. She gives me location, time, and date. She gives me the money that I need to give to the guy. She tells me where to meet the guy and everything. Okay? That money was so I can stay hush-hush because I wasn't even supposed to even drive. I wasn't even supposed to do anything until she said so. And like, I was late. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have communication. I didn't know.
Until she said so. How did you get over there?
How did I get over there?
Mm-hmm.
Because she told me after I had dropped her off, she said, make sure you go at 7 to this location right there by the Perriott.
Who is the guy?
The guy is someone she contracted.
What is his name?
I know him by Lamar. That's honestly what I know him by.
What else is his name?
I don't know what else could his name be. I don't know. She's the one that contracted him. She's the one that told me everything. She told me how to go about it. She's the one.
But before you were saying that.
I've seen him in the hood. Yes, I have. I've seen him.
Before you were saying
I went
that
to school with him.
she told him everything and gave him everything. And then you're back to she told you the license plate. So which is it? Because you've gone from one to the other to back again.
Okay, because we both know the license plate number at this point. And the vehicle, we both know. We already know what the car looks like. And I swear, I didn't know he had a gun. I didn't even know it was supposed to be.
Did she show you a picture of her?
Of the girl?
Yes.
No, I didn't see a picture of her until after it came on the news. I didn't even know what the girl looked like, honestly. I didn't know what she looked like. I only know what she was driving, and I only know where to go. That's all I know. That's all I knew. That was all I was.
But you've been, every time you say that, it's something else. You knew you had this. You were hiding this in your pocket. You wiped your phone. What am I going to find on the phone? Because we're going to get the stuff you deleted.
Right. You're going to find everything that you can find on the phone.
What is it? What's on the phone? What communications between you and her?
Between me and her, it's just meet me here, come here. Meet me here, come here. Everything's been in person. Everything as far as how it's going to go about, who's going to go with me, and what's going to go on is in person.
Did you write it down anywhere? Write any notes about it or anything?
No, we didn't write anything. Everything is on that book.
Who did you tell?
Who did I tell? Nobody. I haven't talked to nobody. I don't tell anybody anything. I don't. Because this is not... I don't want to get involved with anything like this.
Now, here's another lie.
Right.
And every time you're lying, you're putting him more and more in danger because you're not cooperating.
Okay.
What did you do with this money?
I put it into the vehicle that I'm trying to get fixed.
It's in the vehicle right now?
No, I spent it on parts that I'm trying to get.
What parts?
It's an axle.
Where did you get that?
The pick and pull.
The what?
A pick and pull.
Where's
like
that?
a scrap yard.
Where's it at?
Over there off 408.
When did you go do that?
I had my uncle go do it. I didn't go with him. I had him go do it. She gave me the money.
Who's your uncle?
Eddie.
How much did you give him to go do it?
I just gave him the money to go get the parts. Whatever was in there, which was $100. That was it. I don't have, as far as any money that she's given me, nothing. I didn't pull the trigger. The only thing I did was go in. I drove like she told me to. Go pick him up like she told me to. Go meet him here like she told me to. And to be at the park by 7 o'clock. I wasn't there. I was late.
And for a measly $100 to keep your mouth shut, and this woman's dead. And you said you didn't know she was going to be killed. I
didn't know she was going to be killed. I really didn't. And she told me it was just going to be a mean mug. Take her purse. I want her ID. I want more information on her. And that was it. That was it. I'm really, I don't know what else to do. I really don't.
I've heard that before too.
I know. But I don't.
There's no remorse about this lady getting killed. It's all about you.
It's not about me. I'm really sorry. I really am. It's not about me at all. It really isn't. I just want to help you guys get this over with and done.
It is about you. Because we've given you every opportunity to come in here.
I know.
And if it wasn't about you, then you would have called the police that day.
Right. Again, I was fearful, like I said. Again, I was very fearful. And he did tell me in the vehicle if I did speak, he's going to come and shoot me and my son. He did tell me that. I know you don't believe me, it's fine, I understand. I understand you're not believing anything I say, I understand.
I'm not.
But I already told you, That's everything. I just went in, I drove, I came out. I didn't know he was gonna
When
shoot
did you pull the SD card out of the phone?
I want to say it was this morning. It wasn't before I got here. It was this morning. And I really didn't think about that. It was in my pocket. I really didn't. But I'm sorry. It was in my pocket. I didn't think about it.
So you're telling me you didn't take the purse, you didn't take anything, you needed money, but why should I believe you didn't benefit from her death? You've already done it with $100 that you said you got paid to keep your mouth shut. So why should I believe you didn't take the purse or any of the money or anything out of that?
Because I didn't. I honestly didn't. Why you should believe it?
Why should I believe you? After time and time and time.
I understand. The only thing I can think of is that phone might be in her house. If we can get that phone, I'm.
So tell me how you got with her this day.
The next day after, she picked me up. She wanted me to dye my hair.
Why does she want you to dye your hair?
Why she wants me to dye my hair? Because I told her they were these pictures of me. So she said, let's go dye your hair.
Did she call you or you call her about
She
the
called
pictures?
I called her about the pictures and she called me about dyeing my hair.
So why didn't you go get your hair done?
I didn't see the need to. Why am I going to cover something up that I didn't do, like I told her? I only drove. I only went in and out like you told me to. Like I told her, you told me to go in and out. I don't feel the need to dye my hair. She has the dyes with her. I don't feel the need to dye my hair simply because I didn't do anything. I didn't pull that trigger. I don't know who and why he did it.
You agreed to go rob this person.
I did, honestly.
That makes you a part of it all. No matter what happens, that makes you a part of it. You're responsible.
I understand.
Apparently you don't.
No, I
You
don't.
think we're playing games
No,
with
I'm
you.
not. I know you're not playing no games with me. I know you're not. I really know you're not. I really know that I'm looking about life in jail. I do know that. And I don't want to go to jail. I really don't have.
Well, you should have thought about that before you agreed to go do something for money.
You're right. You're right, and I didn't. I didn't think about it. I just hopped on it. She just wanted me to get this girl's purse so that I can give it to her. She was going to give me the money afterwards.
You had plenty of time to think about it. You had plenty of time to back out, but you didn't.
Why didn't I?
You had plenty of time to come to the police on your own, but you didn't.
Right.
We had to come find you.
Makes me look like a bad person.
So I want to know, what can I do to prove that you are just done lying and everything you said is the truth and you're not hiding anything else?
I can take it to her apartment where she has the dyes.
Why would you take the SIM or the card out of your?
I really didn't try. This morning I was doing something else. I didn't try to take it out. I didn't take it out here or anything. I really failed to realize that it was in my pocket. I didn't know until she searched me. I really didn't. But yes, I did take that picture afterwards. Yes, I did. The day after. And she wanted me to dye my hair. She has the dyes at her house.
And she wanted you to dye your hair to protect her.
But I told her I wasn't going to dye my hair. What do I need to dye my hair for? They already released the pictures. I only drove. I have nothing to hide. So she was like, well, I think you should dye your hair. I'm not going to dye my hair. That's going to...
What time did she pick you up?
About 11, 12, 1, around those time frames.
And where did you guys go?
We went to go eat too.
Where did you go eat?
At another restaurant, a Mexican restaurant.
Which one?
Over there in North Dallas.
Which restaurant?
It's another seafood restaurant too. El Pulpo.
El what?
El Pulpo.
Spell it.
Pulpo.
What street's it on?
I don't know. She drove. She's the one that drove. I really don't really know. She has the phone to X. She has everything as far as.
See that? What are you doing in the picture?
I'm smiling.
You're smiling. Made you feel good this woman was killed?
No, I
You're
was
so upset that this woman was killed that you could drive around with a smile on your face and get paid money. And you're saying you didn't do nothing?
I wasn't smiling at that when I took that picture. I was smiling at something else when I took that picture.
No. You're smiling because you're proud of yourself in that picture.
I'm not proud of myself.
That's a
I didn't-
selfie.
Yes, I know that's a selfie, but I didn't, again, I did not shoot the gun. I didn't do that. I only went with her.
No, you only took money to rob somebody.
I did. But I didn't take her purse. I didn't have anything. He has everything.
You took him over there to get it. You did take her purse.
Yes, you're right. I took him over there to get it, but I was not expecting him to shoot her. I did not expect that to happen. Honestly, I didn't. I really did not know. I thought this was just going to be a robbery. I really did. The only thing I can say is she has the phone. She has the information. I just went, do what she said, and let's go. That's it. I didn't know that this girl was gonna get shot. I really didn't. And I was not proud that she got shot. No, the reason I saw it in that picture is because we were driving fast and we were racing another car on the freeway. And I snapped the picture because she was looking that way. Trying to see if they caught up to her.
So you're out playing games, having fun, gonna spend your money, going out to dinner. And you still say you don't think you did anything wrong.
I did do wrong because I went to the parking lot and I took him there. And I followed her. And I told her I would do it. But that's it. I didn't shoot the girl. I didn't mug the girl. I just drove like I told everybody. I just drove. And I didn't expect this girl to get shot. I really didn't.
So how was this money paid you in?
Cash.
I understand what denominations is it?
What do you mean? It's
What
in
kind of
20s.
bills?
20s.
So if I go to your uncle, he's gonna tell me you gave him
Money to go get the
how
part.
much money?
It was like 100. It was like 100 that we went to go get the part. Well, I sent him to go get the parts for pick and pull.
Why didn't she pay you the whole thing?
Why didn't she pay me the whole thing? I don't know. I don't have the money. I don't know. I don't know why she hasn't paid me.
If she paid you, you were gonna accept it and move on, right?
Yeah, I really was. But she didn't. Is there any way that we can go to her house and look for the phone?
I might go to your house and look for the phone.
You can go to my house.
I might go to your house and look for a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Because why should I believe anything you're saying?
I understand. I understand.
Why should I believe it's this guy you named Lamar? Who's to say that it's not a family member you're trying to protect? Your boyfriend or the baby's daddy?
It's nobody that I'm trying to protect. There's nobody I'm trying to protect anymore. I know that she has the iPhone. I know she does. I don't have it. I don't have anything. I don't have anything at all.
Crystal, I've been listening to what you've been saying. Earlier when she was asking about Lamar, you said you went to school with him?
Yeah, but that's not true. I didn't go to school with him, and I'm sorry. I've been lying to you guys the whole time. But
Who is this guy? Who is this shooter?
I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm really ready to go home. I'm really ready. This is everything. I'm serious. We met each other at the bar in downtown. Okay?
What bar?
It's right there by Thrive, between Thrive around there.
How long ago was this?
About a month ago. Hasn't even been that long. Haven't met this girl this long.
Okay, well you need to stop. I don't know who you're trying to protect, but it's not helping you out.
I'm not protecting anybody. I don't want anything to do with this anymore because it really looks bad on me. It really
So you
does.
met her at this bar.
So we're talking, she's asking me, where do I work? Where does she work? We get affiliated. We're okay. Like I told her, this girl tells me off the bat, don't save my number in my phone. I respect that. I respect somebody's decision. I'm not gonna save their number in my phone. Okay, I understand. So then we're talking, we're going to the pool, we're going to the lake, and then I tell her, I think my car is breaking down. And she's like, okay, well, we'll figure it out, don't worry. Okay. So then last week she tells me X came about. And I was like, X who? And she said her ex. She used to live in a condo with him right there in downtown. And she was like, X has a new girlfriend. And I said, okay. So she wants more information. She has on the phone the tracking device on that iPhone, and it lets her know where they're both at.
Is it an iPhone? Is it a tablet? I mean.
No, it's an iPhone. It's an older model iPhone, and it used to belong to him.
Okay.
So you can ask him about that. That used to belong to him. So then, boom, she's like, they're gonna be here at this place. You gotta be there by 7. I don't know how long she's been watching this phone. I don't know how long she's been on them. I don't know anything about that. Okay, so then I tell her, she calls me. She's like, we need to meet. We need to talk ASAP. Okay, so then we meet up. We talk. She's like, we're gonna go. You're gonna give somebody some money, and we're gonna take her purse so I can get information on her. Okay, so we go. I pick up the guy. I give him the money. I drop him off right there in the same place where she told me to meet him, right there by the B&B in the Fina. I've seen this guy there before. He has dreads. I know exactly what he looks like. And he tells me, hey, you're the one that I was supposed to meet, because she told him, I guess, the model of the truck. And he meets me there. He gets on the vehicle, and we drive to downtown. Okay, we go to downtown. We pull in right there where he told me to park. He's the one that told me where to park. Then we both know it's a white Toyota Corolla. We both know it starts with CJ5. Okay, that's all we know. So then he tells me, I'm gonna hop in the back, and I said okay, but my son is in the back, and he tells me, and if you say anything, I will kill you too. I know where you live. I said okay, I won't say anything because I'm fearful for my son's life. Okay, I understand. So then we go, he's like, okay, follow this car in. A car pulls in, he's like, hurry up and get on their ass and follow them in. Follow them in, and I told you I strategically parked right there.
Now where is he at? Is he in the back seat?
He's in the back seat the whole time.
Okay. Does he have his mask on yet?
Yeah, he put his mask on.
Fine.
And then he proceeded to put the gloves on. And then I just thought, like I said, he was gonna go in and take her purse. I did not realize that he was gonna shoot this girl. I didn't realize he was gonna shoot until I heard her say, no, 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 no. And then pop. And I thought it was like 2 sounds. I wanna say it was like pop, pop. But I don't know if it was 1 or 2, honestly. And I pulled out and I said, what did you do? Why did you do this? I have a kid. I don't know what to do. And he's like, stay quiet or I'll kill you. And then I told her the next day, and then she wanted me to dye my hair. She has the dyes with her, and I told her I don't need to dye my hair.
What color were the dyes?
Blonde. She wanted me to go blonde.
Did you go to her apartment?
Yeah.
You been inside?
Yeah.
Is that where the rest of those pictures were taken at?
Yeah. In her apartment, because she wanted me to dye my hair. And I told her I'm not going to dye my hair. There's no need for me to dye my hair. Because I didn't.
Were you with her when she bought the hair
No,
dye?
I was not with her when she bought the hair dye. I was not with her.
When did you end up at her house?
Shortly after. When those pictures were taken, we went straight from there to her house.
So what day was that?
The next day, yeah.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Thursday. Yesterday. And she wanted me to dye my hair, and I told her I can't dye my hair. I don't want to dye my hair. She has the dyes, and she has the phone, and he has the purse.
Where have you seen the phone at in her house?
In the restroom.
In whose restroom?
Her restroom. She only has 1 restroom in her apartment.
Okay, where is it at in the restroom?
In the makeup box. That's where I saw it. That's where the last place was at. And that's his phone. That's his phone.
Okay. What does her makeup box look like?
You'll see it as soon as you walk in. When you go into the restroom, it's right there. On the sink, on the counter. It's right there. It's his phone. I don't know how long she's been tracking these people. I didn't even know what the girl looked like. He's the one that got off the vehicle. He's the one that approached the girl. We just knew it was a white Toyota Corolla.
Does she have any computers in her house?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
She has two and I think a tablet.
What kind of computers?
Mac. So you can search her history and see how far she's been looking for these people. I don't know, honestly.
Speaking of which, your history on your phone. Why were you researching the Jeep?
Why was I researching the Jeep? Because I wanted it. I told her, I spoke to her about it, and she was like, well, dye your hair, dye your hair. And I was like, that looks just like me. You can tell that's me. That's why.
Why were you researching Jeeps on Craigslist?
Why was I researching Jeeps on Craigslist? I just wanted to see if she was going to put the Jeep for sale or not. And the one that I saw posted, it looked similar to it, and I said, she's going to tell on me. So that's why I did that. I didn't really know she was going to plan this way. I thought it was just going to be a regular jacking.
There was some stuff taken from out of this young lady's car. Besides her purse, there was something else in particular that's missing. Do you remember seeing this guy carrying anything else?
It was I want to say it was a box, a white or yellow box. But that's about it.
Okay.
I don't really know.
When he got back in the car, where did he get into?
He got in the back seat. He stayed in the back seat the whole time until I dropped him off. I didn't want nothing to do with him. I didn't want to talk to him other than the
Was
fact
the back seat up or down?
it was up. Everything was up.
Did you guys ever get on the tollway?
No, we didn't get on the tollway.
What happened? So out of all this stuff, did she ever ask what happened to the stuff?
Yeah, she just as soon as I turned my phone on to call her, he had already got off the truck.
No, because you call her at 7:30 and he doesn't get out until like 10 minutes later.
Did he? I don't know, honestly. I know I called her because I'm telling her I'm leaving.
Okay.
And she was mad because she was like, no, y'all gotta stay there to get her purse. And he was like, pretty much he was like, give me a few seconds. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, we're just gonna get her purse. And I said, are you sure? Because Ivan's right here in the truck. And he said, yeah. I didn't see the car come in or anything. I'm looking at this
Where's
car.
Ivan at? Where's
In
he
the
sitting?
back seat.
He's in the back seat with this guy?
This guy's on the floor. He's on the floor and Ivan's on the back seat laid out.
So he's laying on the floor the whole time?
Yeah. And then he's in the back, not right here. He's in the back, because there's 3 parts of the Jeep. There's where I'm sitting, then Ivan's in the seat, and he's in the back here.
Like where it opens up in the very back?
But he gets off on this side right here. So he's pretty tall, so he did like this. Look, here's the back. He's sitting like this, and you can see everything from where he was sitting, pretty much. Ivan is right here, so he did like this over Ivan and got off on the truck right there.
So, if this is the front row, let's turn this around, because I'm kind of slow sometimes. This is the driver's seat?
This is the driver's seat right here. I'm facing this way. Here's this truck. Mind you, there's this big truck in my way.
Okay.
I'm little. I don't see over this truck.
Okay, so, and there's the second row. Ivan's laid across the seat.
Ivan's laid across, and then he's in the back.
He's behind Ivan's seat?
Yeah. He's behind Ivan.
Now, when did he put his mask
on? He was back here doing, remember I told you he was in the back?
When he got in the truck at the gas station, where was he sitting at?
At the gas station?
When you picked him up?
Yeah.
Where did he get in at?
He got in on the front seat, and then he told me to pull over because he was going to get in the back. So he got in on the front seat, and then he says pulls over, and then he got in the back. So I pulls over, and he gets in on the back over here. So he crosses over Ivan to get in the back.
Okay.
So then when he did it real quick, Ivan wasn't even concerned. He was still asleep. He jumped over, he got off on this side, and he did whatever he did over here. I'm not even looking.
What did his mask look like?
It was black and white.
Okay, so can you describe like what the white part looked like?
Like, I want to say skeleton, kind of.
Now, was it something you zip up, or is it something you just pull straight over your head? Or is it something that has a band on the back of it?
I didn't pay attention to that, honestly. I didn't. And then, so then he gets off, He does whatever that, and I'm reversing. When I try to reverse out, there's a car behind me, so I can't reverse. I was gonna leave him there, but there's a car behind me. I can't reverse out, so he jumps in the truck, and I'm like shaking. And I said, "What did you do?" He said, "The bitch was being stubborn."
And where did he get at then? Where does he ride back at?
He gets back in the back seat, in the back, and he lays down in the back. And I'm just like nervous.
How do you know where to drop him off at?
I just took him back to where I picked him, around the same area where I picked him up at. I just dropped him off there.
How did he get out?
He got off. We were right there before Keith.
No, how did he get out of the truck?
How did he get out? Same way he jumped over Ivan.
Why wouldn't he just get out through the back door?
Because I would have to get off and open the back door. From the back. From the very back of the truck. I would have to get off and open it for him. So he just jumped over. Here's the thing. When I dropped him off, I didn't even get to Keith, to the light. I just put my emergencies on. Here's the medium right here. He, luego, just got off and started running that way. Like he just boom, 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 and it just happened so fast. And, you know, my clothes are already in the back. Everything's in the back. And I called Brenda and I was like, "Where are you at?" And I was like already shaking. She was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "No." Oh, and she was like, "What happened?"
Did he take everything with him?
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There's no possibility that there's no mask or anything?
No.
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else. I don't have anything. The only thing I have are my clothes.
Where did you spend the night at that night?
My grandma's house.
Okay.
You can go look at my grandma's house. There's nothing.
What's her address? Okay.
The only thing that's in there is my clothes, and they're still there.
Okay.
And there's some gloves from the dental office because Brenda put them there. She knew my brother Angel. So those things are there from when she knew my brother Angel. And then let me think. That's about it. I don't have anything. We don't have anything at all.
Okay. Well, let me go grab these people so they can show you these pictures.
Did y'all get Brenda? Has Brenda been?
No, she hasn't been picked up yet.
And how come y'all have not picked her up?
We're still working on it. Because one of the things is that your story keeps changing.
But I'm telling you,
And every time you say you telling me, you come in here and told me this is the truth, I promise. And every time you leave, there's more and more information.
I'm not trying to harbor anybody. I want to give y'all everything. That's why I keep, I'm not scared of this guy anymore. I want him caught.
Okay, well, I want him caught too. That's why I want to show you these pictures.
Okay.
All right.
Did y'all, is there any way that, I have a question. Is there any way that we can, like, get those guys who are in the trap house? Like, can somebody go in and act like they're buying something?
Well, we can do that too. But I want you to take a look at these pictures so we can figure out to see where we're, let's see what's going on. Okay?
Okay. There was a number she was calling Wednesday night.
Okay.
And I texted it and I thought it was my friend Angel. I think that's the number.
Okay. Did anybody reply back?
I said, "Is this Angel?" They said no.
Okay.
I think that's the number.
Okay.
I just remember that.
Okay.
But she was using my phone between 10, 11, and 12.
10, 11, and 12 on Wednesday night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so after everything.
Yeah, and then I texted it because I thought it was my friend Angel. And you can read the text messages. I was like, "Hey, is this Angel?" They said no. Because I didn't have Angel's number programmed on my phone.
Okay.
So I think it's that number.
Okay.
I just remembered right now. I'm like 100% sure it's that number.
Okay.
Second question. Is there any way I can hear that guy's voice? Any possible way? Because that looks just like, boom, that's him, but it looks like he cut his hair.
Okay.
That's why I was like, is there any way I can get to hear his voice?
I don't know if we have anything like that, but I'll work on trying to get it.
Okay.
Do you recognize this phone?
That looks like my phone.
You have a phone just like this?
Yeah, just like that. That's the one you guys picked up, remember?
Yeah, you have one just like this. Yours is brand new though.
Yeah.
But you don't remember one with the screen crack like this?
No, whose is that?
I don't know. I just want to know if it looked familiar to you.
Ivan's phone is like that, and my phone is like that.
Okay. So Ivan has the same type of phone too.
Yeah, but it's not cracked.
It's not cracked.
Mine isn't cracked either.
Okay.
That number, if you read the text message, because I know you're going to get the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
I said, is this Angel? They said no. So I'm 100% sure that that's the number.
Okay.
Because I was trying to chill with my friend Angel that night. And they said, no, it's not.
Okay.
So, and Brenda was using my phone between those hours. She kept calling a number. Then she deleted the calls and everything. Go through the text log, and it says, hey, where you at? I'm trying to chill. And then it's Crystal, and then is this Angel? And then they say no.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure that that's the number.
Okay.
Another thing, these people that they showed me the lineup, are they from the apartment complex?
We're still trying to figure out where they live at.
Oh, okay. Because the last person that she showed me, that even though he looks like he's on drugs or whatever, that's him. I just need to hear his voice to confirm it.
Okay.
And said, but look at that last text messages around that time frame. And I texted, I thought it was my friend Angel, and they said, no, it's not Angel. Because I said, I remember specifically asking, is this Angel? They replied back, no. And I think that's their number.
Okay. Well, sit tight. I'm going to see if I can find anything that may have it.
Okay. Did you get that number?
No, I hadn't looked for it yet. I had to do something.
Okay. I have a question. Why am I being charged with 2 counts?
It's not 2 counts.
It is 2 counts. Yes, in my paperwork it says 2 counts. I have 2 counts.
No.
Yes, I do.
There's no way.
There's 2 counts. On all my paperwork it says there's 2 cases against me. There's 2 counts of capital murder.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Well, it's a mistake. Here, hold your hand down. It's a mistake. There's only 1 case. I only have 1 case against you.
No, I have 2 cases.
Well, I don't know where the other one's from. It's not from me.
Who's it from?
I don't. As far as I know, there's only 1. Your attorney.
There's 2. There's 2. Like, if you go to the jail with me, I'll show you the paperwork. It says 2 counts.
Well, I need for you. Here's the thing I was gonna ask you too. Like when y'all went to that place where Brenda's
Cousin works
no, where she works at. That where she went in that night. Where did y'all park at?
on the side.
I know there's a cleaners on one side and a FedEx on the other side.
Where the cleaners is at?
You parked by the cleaners?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she go in the front or the back?
I'm not sure which side she went in.
Okay. But you didn't go in, right? Because I'm going to go get video from there.
I went in at first, but then I came right back out.
Okay, so you went in.
Yeah, we both went in. But then I saw a camera and I came back out.
Okay. Which camera? Where was the camera at?
In the front. When you first walked in.
In the front of the dentist place?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she told me to, because she went to the back. And I waited, right there in the waiting area, and then I went out.
Okay. Where do you think she got at that's to say
After speaking with Jennifer and gathering more evidence, police interrogate Crystal Cortes again.
This is what I wanted to show you. There's like 100 and some text messages and calls between your phone and that phone in like a few days.
Okay, let me see. Can I see your pen real quick? This is my friend AJ's number. This is Gustavo's number. That's Brenda's number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is 9-1.
It's not. See, right here, 9-1. This is 6 hours. So you subtract, so it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30.
And then later that night, right?
Mm-hmm. See, this is Central Standard.
Yeah, that's Central. Or Central Time.
Yeah, so you take 6 hours away from that.
It's 6 hours away from this one?
So that's gonna be 7:30 in the morning, right here. And then 7:32 and 7:33. Then right here, 8:24, 8:24, 8:33.
9-1 was
The day before, Tuesday.
day before. It was Tuesday. Okay, those right there. Can I go over a couple pages?
Yeah.
I want to go to like 9 through 9
So
through.
here's some more right here too. Right here.
And that's $1,500.
Yeah. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. That has to be his number. That has to be that guy's number. We're gonna put. Can I put shooter number here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna like hide anything from you. 2739. This was a 9-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Angel's number right there. I'm gonna put Angel just in case.
Okay.
The girl. I think that's her number. Because Kelly called me from her number. Remember I told you?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's her number. And then, look, 609 right here. Told you this is 609. That's Mike's number. And then 2, 93. I want to go to 93. Kelly called me from that 7-something number. Are these text messages or calls? Or they're both?
I'm not sure what the T means, but
T is.
I've got more. I mean, we're getting more types of records coming in, but this is just the first ones quickest ones they could get us right now.
Okay.
One thing.
Kelly did not text me from that. What is this? Try this number, 513 number. What area code is that? Can you check what area code that is?
Mm-hmm. Not sure.
Because I know I said 713 or 714, but I might be wrong. And it might be 513 number. So we're just gonna put Kelly's name right here.
Mm-hmm.
Can we call it?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay. Gustavo. This guy right here. Remember, I told you I had a 40, and I reported it stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Like way back. I think he's the guy. His name is Rolando. He's the guy that stole my gun, but I can't prove it for sure. But I know, like, you know, when you know something, you know, he's the one that stole my gun. And the gun that I bought was at Uncle Dan's pawn shop. So you can look that up and everything. But that was reported stolen. I have a police report on that.
Yeah, I found the report.
Okay. So, and then there. What time is that? $1,700.
It's 5. It's either gonna be 5, but I had to check to find out if that's Central Standard. Because if it's not 5, then it's gonna be 1 o'clock. No, it's gonna be
1,300
11.
hours is 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so it would be either 5 p.m. or either 11
At
a.m.
night.
No, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. or 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a text message that went out. 9/2/21. That's like at 1 o'clock in the morning, right?
No, it's 9.
That's 9.
Either yeah.
It was a text message to the number that I sent. How do I go back this way? I want to go to like the 1 o'clock in the morning time frame.
On what day?
This day. 9/2. That was
From
the day
the
of the
2.
incident.
Yeah, but that's gonna 1 o'clock in the morning going in to the 3rd or the
Going into the 3rd.
It's gonna be over here.
'Cause there's a number that I text.
See, here's this what the 3rd starts at right here.
Okay. So.
See, this is the
Right here.
second.
Remember I told you? There was a number that I text at the last. That's like at 12.
Asking if it was Angel.
Asking if it was Angel. That's his number. So that's the shooter's number. Then Kelly called me from. It wasn't before, it was after that.
What's that? Who's got an 805 number?
805 number.
See, there's another one at 805 right here.
I think that's one of the numbers Kelly called me from too. I was just gonna put Kelly's name right there. He called me. Remember, I told you he called me from a lot of phones. He was jumping
See, there's
phones.
another 805. There's another 805.
Okay.
There's another one right there. It's a bunch of 805 calls right there.
These aren't calls. These are text messages. I think. Because I was like, I remember. Yep. See, that's a text message. 22. That's close to 12 o'clock.
22 is 10.
10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, 12 is gonna be 20. 12 is
24.
It would be 24, but it starts over at 0.
Okay. Well, this is definitely his number because I remember it was late, and that's actually one of the last numbers that were text that night. Because I remember texting Gustavo and AJ and Gustavo, but that's the one that I text asking if that was Angel. I told you it was late. And I said, that's definitely his number.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his number. That's Shooter's number. Then it's his 513 number. So I might have gotten the 7 mixed up with the 5. I think that's Kelly's number. If I'm not mistaken, that's Kelly's number.
Okay.
That's the last number he contacted me from. Then I called Rolando.
See, there's that 805 number. I don't know what that is.
See, that's right there by Rolando's number, so I don't know.
Let's see.
That was the last time that there was an 805 number, right?
Mm. There's Louise.
That's Luis's number.
Mm-hmm.
Or I know him as Joe. Like, that was his number again.
There's this one again on 9/3, like the night on September 3rd.
Remember I told you we went back to their apartments that night.
And there's another one right there. Then another one.
I think that's another number Kelly called me from.
There's 805 right after that.
Am I here right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another number Kelly. Yeah, that had to be the one of the those two right there.
And then there's a 434 again, then an 805.
Yeah. So those are the numbers Kelly was calling me from. Remember I told you Kelly kept calling me from weird numbers. That's okay.
See, there's another 721 right here too. Oh, right there. Right on the outside.
Oh, he called me.
And then there's one right there.
He called
Then
me.
there's one right there. And then there's one right there. Then there's one right there. Right there. Right there.
Right there. So I don't know if these are text messages or calls, but
Well, here's the thing.
yeah, Kelly called me and texted me.
This is what I want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I think you're cooperating and you're helping us out. But the thing is that we get these text messages back. Metro PCS is gonna have the actual conversation that's being texted.
Right.
Now this guy, this shooter's phone, there nothing is there. Your name is not gonna be. He's not gonna be talking anything directly to you. Nothing about you is gonna be communicated.
No, I miss you. No, I love you. No,
nothing like that. But he's not gonna be saying Crystal on anything. Is he?
No. The only person that I can think would say Crystal is Kelly, and he texts me from that number saying I'm at your mom's house.
He texts you from the 721 number.
From this one right here.
Did he
But that was prior to this.
why don't you have his number saved? Why don't you have anything saved under your contacts for Kelly?
Because Kelly doesn't have one specific phone per se. He was jumping phones. He was using other people's phones. That's why I didn't save Kelly's number. So I'm not trying to like make you lose your head.
What makes you think that other number is Angel's?
Because Kelly called me before from her line. And I don't know which day it was, but I know more or less it might be hers. Because there were messages going back and forth. So you can check that number for me to see if that's Angel's. But I write her name out.
Yeah, there's a ton of contacts between your number and that phone.
Yeah, that, I think that's Angel's phone because Kelly called me, like, that's the Monday. That's the day before.
But that's at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but Kelly still called me from her phone. Kelly called me from her phone.
Be right back. Crystal. Was Kelly with you guys when you guys went by the Kendra's job?
Yes.
He was?
Yes.
Okay. And that was like over in Irving?
Yeah, early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Yes.
Okay. And was that Jeep there also?
Not to my recollection, no.
Okay, so nobody was driving the Jeep, but Kelly was with you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Did Kelly switch cars or anything? Did he meet somebody up there?
He met somebody at the Jack in the Box.
Kelly met somebody at Jack in the Box, so you guys took him to the Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
And who was at the Jack in the
I
Box?
think the shooter was there.
The shooter was there. And now did he get in the car with the shooter and leave with him?
I don't know, because we went to Luis's or Joe's shop to switch the Jeep.
I mean, but was he did he get back in the car with you guys?
No, he did not get back.
Did Luis see Kelly?
No.
Okay.
And she made sure of that.
Okay.
She made sure of that. When we switched the Jeep for the BMW, we went back to the Jack in the Box. I didn't see Kelly. I saw him, and he was inside eating.
Okay.
When I went in to pee, I went in this way because the restroom's right here. When I came out, to me coming out, they were finishing up their conversation. That's when she told me to go over there by my house. Now, I don't know if she told me to go over there by my house because Kelly had to be over there or if it was already prearranged like that.
Okay. So it would make sense. Now, did you drop this guy off over on Linfield?
Not on my street. No, I dropped him off over there where I picked him up at.
Okay, so how far is that, you think, from your house?
Not even a 5-minute drive. Not
Okay.
even. It's
So-
like 4 streets over.
Okay,
From
so
Linfield, Fordham, and Prosperity, and Overton.
so he could have walked to your house.
He could have walked to my house, yes. But I didn't go straight to my house from there because I went to my house before.
When is the last time you saw Kelly over there at the house he was at?
The apartments?
No. Over on Linfield.
Next door to my mom's house? Oh, some years back.
I mean, does his people still live over there?
No, that house used to belong to Damon's grandma, and I want to say maybe 2 years ago they all moved out of there, and the house was abandoned for like all last year. This year somebody else moved in there, but it's not.
No black people?
Yeah, it's a black person.
Okay.
It's one black person, but
They don't know anybody over there, you think?
not to my knowledge, no.
Did Kelly come to your house that night?
No. No. We went to the night of, we went to their apartment, to the one over there for 20.
Was Damon with y'all when y'all went to the dentist office?
No, Damon wasn't with us.
So who was with y'all when y'all went to the dentist office?
Kelly and me and Brenda.
Okay, and that's the morning.
Of
Okay, you guys were looking for
her.
Okay, is this like what time do you think? Did you see anybody else in the parking lot?
No.
Because there was people that work at that dentist's office that saw a guy was dropping his wife off, and he's driving through the parking lot, and there's a car driving real slow, like they're looking for hours on that door.
Yeah, that was us looking for hours, but we were in the BMW.
Yeah, he said that it looked like there was a black Jeep and a silver car, and a guy got out of the black Jeep and got into a silver car.
I don't know about that, because the only thing that I know is it was me, Kelly, and Brenda, and we were in the parking lot, and we here's the dentist office right here, and here's the Dollar General, and then here's that little shop right there.
The little taco place in the middle.
So we came from Carl this way, and then we came, we pulled in here, and then we went this way around. We parked right here, and then we pulled out this way, and then we went across the street to the Salvation Army. And then we stayed right there, and she had me look with the binoculars, but I couldn't see. I don't have good eyesight. So then...
Did Kelly look?
Yeah, Kelly looked, but Kelly couldn't see either.
Okay.
Because we were over here at the Salvation Army. I don't know how close you can get with the binoculars. And they were, she said they were her friends' binoculars.
You ever see her with a baseball bat?
Uh-huh.
What did she do with that bat?
I don't know. It was in the trunk of her car. And she didn't play baseball, so I don't know what she needed the baseball bat for.
Okay.
Did you find the baseball bat in the trunk of her car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm interested with, because I know also Ricky's truck got keyed. Did you know anything about that?
No, I didn't know nothing about that.
And somebody busted his windshield out and all this stuff.
No, I didn't know nothing about that.
One of the things about your story is doesn't quite make sense. Okay, so you just met this. You think this number is the shooter's number, right?
Kelly was using that phone.
So Kelly was using that phone.
Mm-hmm. Cause I'm not trying to cover for anybody, but Kelly was jumping phones, and one of the numbers I do believe is that one, and then one of the numbers that Brenda called was that one, cause that's one of the last numbers that I sent a text message to asking if that was Angel, and they said no.
Okay, so when did Kelly come back into the picture? Because looking at your phone records, it's a certain time where that number starts showing up.
Kelly came back into the picture after the incident.
After the incident?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, this number starts showing up in your phone. This number starts showing up.
When Kelly started calling me from that number.
When was that though?
I can't give you an accurate date, but I know Kelly has called me from that number before, and I know he has texted me from that number. Because there's a text message from that number that says, I'm at your house. And I called it, and it was Kelly, and he was with that short boy with the dreads. Not the tall one. The tall one with the dreads is the shooter.
Okay, the short one with the dress, what's his name?
I don't know his name, I'm sorry.
Okay.
There was when you go into that trap house, there's 4 or 5 different guys. The one that I did know was Kelly, and then the girl, and then that other girl that they were tricking. So, which is Jeanette and Angel. So those are the 3 people that I know.
Were they tricking with Angel too?
Nah, they weren't tricking Angel. They were tricking Jeanette only. The one that's all strung out. She walks around with a taser. She's right there. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know exactly whose phone that is, but I'm more than sure that that's the shooter's phone. But I do know that Kelly was jumping phones here and there, calling me from all these numbers.
Like borrowing people's phones?
Mm-hmm. And the last number he called me from was that number, that weird number that I told you about.
So when did the plan for all of this stuff start happening? Because Kelly, this number from Kelly calling you starts early. Hold on real quick. Hey, Lee. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I know Kelly was using this number to contact you.
Right. He wasn't only using that number, he was using other numbers.
Has this short boy been around the whole time?
Nah.
He hadn't been around, so when you showed back up at the apartments, he wasn't there that night.
Mm-mm.
But that number was in play though.
Yeah.
And who was on that phone?
Kelly and the shooter.
Kelly and the shooter.
Yeah.
So Kelly is gonna know without a doubt who this guy is.
Yes. The week that we started planning the robbery, because that's what she told me it was the week of when school started. And
that was around the 24th or the 25th?
Yes.
Now, school started, I think, that Monday, which is, I think, is the 24th.
Yes.
Now, which day specifically? Because she had her exam on the 24th or the 25th. It was one of those days.
It was right after her exam.
Right after her exam, she started playing it.
She started, I want this purse. I'm so frustrated about this trip that they went to. And I was like, well, how are you going to do it? She already knew what the car was, the door that's open, look for the tracker, get this, get that. She already knew the ins and outs.
And so what did she tell you with? Because I know what she's been saying to other people. What did she approach you with?
She approached me with that her and the doctor, what's his name?
Ricardo.
Yeah, him. They have an on and off again relationship.
Okay.
And they're serious, and they were living together.
Okay, well, not so much about what she wanted done. I know what she wanted done, but how did she tell you about getting involved? What did she say to you that she needed for you to do?
She needed for me or someone that I know to take the lady's purse.
Okay.
So
she comes to you with what she wants done. Yeah. She tells you this, and you say, okay, well, what?
I say I can take her purse because I mean the purse snatching, it's not really physical. Well, it is, but I don't need a gun or anything.
Right.
Know?
So you tell her I can take care of that.
I can take care.
So how does it come in that Kelly gets involved?
Okay, Kelly shows up at my house, and she shows up.
What day is this? After this is around Monday or the 24th or the 25th. She tells you this.
She tells me this, and then Kelly shows up that same day.
The same day at your house.
Yeah. So it's like after Zyvan already out of school.
So he's out of school and people are just hanging out. You're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. So then Brenda shows up in the GT, and this is before we switched the GT for the Lexus. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, who is that? And I was like, oh, it's Brenda, my friend, or whatever. I didn't inform Kelly right then and there what was going on.
Yeah.
Right. So then Brenda goes, who are they? Which is the short guy and Kelly. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, they're my friends, Kelly and da-da-da-da-da. And then from there, we start talking, we start communicating. Kelly sends me addresses prior to us going over there.
Okay, so he said, but when did you talk to Kelly about this?
I talked to Kelly the night that we went to the apartments when they were outside, which was that week of the 26th to 28th. The first time we went to the apartments, Kelly was out there.
Okay, so how did you get the address? So he sent you the address?
He sent me the address way before.
4-4.
So that I can go visit him whenever.
Just go kick it.
Yeah.
So you know where he's at.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be the 1032.
Yeah, that's the address.
Okay.
That's going to be that address.
Okay.
And so he sent me that way before, but we just never got around to going over there until the week of the 26th when he was at my house and he's like, come kick it with us,
Okay.
And Brenda was more tentatively, oh, okay,
But she saw the opportunity for them. So you guys go over there.
Mm-hmm. Me and Kelly are outside.
Had you already talked to him about?
No, not
okay,
prior.
so you and Brenda go over there.
Yeah.
On the
Tuesday, the Wednesday, around those days.
Okay, so
the 25th and the 26th, around those days. We go to their apartment, and I'm outside, and she goes upstairs. Mm-hmm. And
how does she know where to go?
Kelly was down there.
So all of y'all are downstairs.
Yeah, we were all downstairs.
So how does she know to go upstairs? Like
Kelly's okay, so this is where I introduced Kelly to the situation. We're all downstairs, and I was like, hey, she wants something done. And he was like what? And I said, oh, she wants somebody to take somebody's purse. And he goes, go upstairs. And he points to that direction. Mm-hmm. So he sends her upstairs. Me and Kelly are downstairs. Mm-hmm. And he's talking to Jeanette and whatnot. That's the first night. Then some days pass. I don't know what happens on the Monday or Tuesday because I was at school with Ivan. Mm-hmm. But she was supposedly running errands. Now Wednesday, the 26th, me and her go to the dentist's office and she tells me to get a visual of the car. Well, I can't see. So she makes me get off and I buy a charger. And the car's somewhere there, but I still can't see because there's other cars blocking it. Mm-hmm. So I told her I can't get a good visual.
You bought a charger from the dollar store?
Mm-hmm. Okay. From the dollar store, from the Dollar General right next door to it. I bought a charger. And I think it was a purple one. Purple one.
That's all I could find, right? It's the same stuff that they showed us the first time.
But that wasn't we didn't notice that one.
Well, it was a BMW that it looked like that gold one. It was passing by, going back towards Woodall Rogers. At that time, that's the only frame I saw. But they just kept driving by. That was it.
Yeah. It's a like this color blue, and it's got a drop top, so it's convertible, and it's out of state license plate.
No, not the Sebring. Some of the BMW.
Oh, the BMW.
Right, the dentist apartments.
It's the BMW is a dark color like your pants.
Dark blue like this.
It's dark. It's not tan. From the outside, it's a dark color.
Which one? Not the one that they had that night that you guys dropped off with at Glorious.
Because I didn't see a
Yeah, no, that's the
I didn't see
BMW
a
we have.
Mustang or BMW.
The one that y'all dropped off at Glorious is tan.
Is it tan? No, it's not tan. It's dark. From the outside, it's dark.
Because if that's the case, I could go through all that video again to find the right color car.
It has to be a dark color BMW.
I'll show you a picture of it.
Unless it's a dark tan color. The inside it's like dark and it has red and dark leather seats.
That's the one y'all drove that morning?
Yeah.
Cause this, I'll show you the one that.
It was never a tan one. I don't.
This is the one.
Was it a tan one? No, it was a dark one that we were driving. You know what? That might be it, because she took the license plates off in the front.
When did she do that?
She did that when she first got the car, and she put it in the back seat. But
And what did she put on it?
she just left the back license plate on there. And then the next day when she picked me up, it already had paper tags. So I don't know where she got the paper tags from. When we went to the dental office, it already had the paper tags.
Okay.
So I don't know where she got the paper tags from. But we were in the BMW, and the Lexus, and the GT. The GT, we went to the Kendra's apartment in, and
What day was that? Do you know?
that was right before. That's when we went to Taco Casa. Right before we went to Taco Casa, when I went looking for the tracking device, and then
Did
the
y'all
person
swap out the GT when you went to Taco
we went,
Casa?
and then we went back in the Lexus, and I looked again, but I didn't see anything. I told her I didn't find anything. But that weekend, which was the 30th and the 31st, which is Saturday and Sunday, she told me she had already got the tracking device. How?
Hey.
I don't know.
Hold on. Yeah.